What's up everyone, Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and we're looking at a med kit today. As you can see, this is coming to us from Wild Hedgehog Tactical, so WH Tactical. This is their EDC Pocket Trauma Kit, and it's going to be about 5 inches by around 3 inches, and then about an inch thick there. The thing that's great about this is that it is compact, and yet it has everything you need to deal with a traumatic bleeding wound. So a gunshot wound, a knife wound, something like that. Everything that you would need to effectively deal with that in the immediate response is in this kit. Now additionally, this kit has a very simple but helpful med kit. So it's got some band-aids and some other things like that to, close up a wound if you get hurt, just, out and about, maybe hiking, something like that. This is not going to be the ultimate med kit to meet every single need you have, but it's going to do the job in an immediate situation. And the thing that's I just love about it is the compact size. I'll show you. It can fit in a back pocket, a front pocket. I don't have a pair of cargo pants on today, but you could easily fit it into a pocket on a pair of cargo pants as well. Let's talk about the actual container, or the little bag here. This is made by Maxpedition. You can see it has this mesh pocket in the front, so you could put some extra gear in there if you wanted to put like an ID card or something like that. It's got this pull on the back, so if it's in a pocket or in a bag, you can take that out quite easily. Here's your zipper with the paracord zipper pull right there. Pretty simple, but it does function quite well. Let's open it up and show you what's inside. Here's what it looks like inside, and as you can see, we've got these 3 little stitch sections and then 2 sections here. These are larger than these 3, but you could certainly put some extra gear in there. I'm thinking about putting maybe like a Fisher Space Pen in one of these, just so I've got something to take notes on, and maybe a small pad, or at least some pieces of paper in one of these pockets. You also have this pocket as well, so between this and these sections, you can store some extra gear when it comes to, if you want to geek this out a little bit more. So let's talk about what's actually in these pockets. First thing is you have a pair of gloves, and these are non-latex gloves, so good to have those. I'll probably put these into into some sort of plastic bag, so I'm not, they're not getting dirty or anything like that. And then also in this, we have, I believe it's called Celox, and maybe Celox as well, but it's a hemostatic gauze, and essentially if you had a wound, you could you put this onto the wound, and it's going to actually help stop the bleeding. Dressing indicated to control moderate to severe bleeding. So this, it's not just for a little boo, but this is for some significant bleeding. Now you take this and add to that your SWAT tourniquet, and you're really going to be being able to control some significant bleeding. The SWAT tourniquet can also double as a sling if you needed to use that as well. So basically between these two, you're dealing with a gunshot wound at the range. Something happens between these two, you're gonna be able to handle it quickly. You certainly want to get medical attention in the longer term, but the immediate response, these two will make it. They're basically a very powerful team to deal with that wound. The other thing you have in here is this very basic first aid kit. So let me just open this up and show you the different items that are in here. You could add more band-aids. Band-aids are small enough and thin enough that you could add a bunch extra, just for blisters, things like that, if you were carrying this around day to day. So you have an iodine prep pad, you have an alcohol prep pad, and then you have some bacitracin. So these are all, to deal with cleaning a wound or making sure you don't get an infection in the wound. And then you have these 2 bandages, a larger one here, and then these are made by 3M, which I love their stuff. It just seems to work really well. They're called Steri strips, but essentially this is a way to close up a wound. Okay guys, real quick here, I forgot to talk about this item. It was hidden down in one of the pockets, and I didn't realize it was there until I looked at the content list of everything in the first aid kit. But this is also included. It's a CPR face shield, and this is what it actually looks like. So essentially you're going to put this over the person's face. That's where it's going to line up. It's got your information here, so top, nose crimp, blow air, basically kind of gives you the rundown of what to do, and even has user instructions right here. So this is another piece of the kit that you have when you get this med kit from Wild Hedgehog Tactical. Here's a look at it in my front right pocket, and it's a little bit bulky, but if you had a large wallet, it's pretty much equivalent to having a large wallet in your front pocket. So there's that. And now I'll show you what it looks like in my back right pocket. So again, a little bit bulkier than maybe some people would like, but you could certainly have that in your pocket, and it's not going to be, weighing you down or being a major inconvenience. And the cool thing is, with this little piece of webbing, reach in and you can remove the med kit really easily. Here's a quick look comparing the Wild Hedgehog Tactical EDC Pocket Trauma Kit with my Blackhawk medical rollout bag. Now the Blackhawk rollout bag stays in my car at all times, so it's not like I'm carrying that around, but you can see, I mean, there's a ton of gear in the Blackhawk bag, so it's much bigger, much heavier, going to take up a lot more space. But the Wild Hedgehog bag, the Wild Hedgehog kit, it's just compact. Again, throw it in an EDC bag, throw it in a pocket, throw it in a cargo pocket. You can have that pretty much everywhere you go. Obviously, again, you're going to have a lot more medical options with a larger bag, but as far as dealing with, you know, some serious trauma from a knife wound or a gun wound, that Wild Hedgehog Tactical, just having that on you in your everyday kit, that's a great option to throw that into your bag. Your price point for this kit is going to be around $60. Now, when you first hear that, you may say, something this small is going to cost me $60, but this is not like something you're going to pick up at Walmart. It's not a little baggie with some Johnson & Johnson Band-Aids thrown into it. This is a serious kit for serious wounds, so this is something you could take to the range. This is definitely something that's going to go into my EDC bag. In the research I've done as far as like what are the most likely medical situations that you're going to come across, massive blood loss is one of the things at the top of the list. So if you're going to bump into a situation that's more than just, you know, a bump or a bruise or a scrape where you can, you know, pat somebody in the back and give them a Band-Aid, if it's going to be at the next level, there's a very good chance it's going to be significant blood loss, and this type of kit will help deal with that. So if you're willing to make the investment to get all the gear in there and then get a nice bag, again, this is a Maxpedition bag, I think this is something that you definitely want to check out. I said it before, but this is a kit that's going to go into my EDC bag, so I do have something at a higher level with me. I'm going to add a couple more things to that, and then maybe in a future video when I show you what I'm carrying in my everyday carry bag, I'll talk about, you know, the extra Band-Aids and some other things I put in here. I'll throw in some tweezers and things like that. But the kit, as it comes to you from Wild Hedgehog Tactical, I think this is definitely something worth checking out. Now, you may be one of those people who says, I'm just going to build my own kit. I don't need somebody to build it for me. Totally legit. I would just encourage you one way or the other, whether it's buying a good kit like this or making your own, having a high quality first aid kit that's on you, accessible to you immediately, not something that's, you know, buried on the top floor of your house when you're out and about with your family. That's not going to help you. But having a good kit on you and accessible to you immediately is a great move in the process of thinking tactically and living purposefully. I'll put a link down below to this kit and also to just Wild Hedgehog Tactical. You head over to their website and kind of check out what they have. In the comments down below, let's hear from you. What are you carrying as part of your everyday carry setup that deals with medical situations? Is it a super basic one? Is it a more advanced kit? Let's hear in the comments down below and get the discussion started. Thanks for checking out the video. Please click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, so you can be up to date with everything that's happening here at Everyday Tactical Vids. More videos coming soon. Take care.